Hello Internet, I'm going over my parts here that just got delivered from China, and I thought to myself, I'll share my buying experience for AliExpress. Parts that are listed as brand new. As you can see here, we have these driver MOSFETs here that are listed as brand spanking new. You can definitely tell that this isn't the case. These particular ones are the worst, and a lot of times what they do is they list them as brand new, but they come in 100% used. And what makes it worse is that they didn't even clean them properly. And the ones that they do clean properly oftentimes come with oxidation layer that's very hard to get the solder to stick. So the rest of them, almost all of them weren't cleaned properly. As you can see here, they have like spots, but some of them are cleaned relatively well, but they still have oxidation layer. Another way to tell whether the part is new or used is to flip them over and compare their date codes. So we're gonna flip this. So you would think that all of these bad ones would probably be the same date code, but they're not. So as you can see here, hopefully you can read these numbers. Let me double check that. Yeah, you should be able to read. So 26 1P, 2F29, 2F27, 2G 1P. So every single one of them is a different date code. The part number is the same, but the date code is different. So another way to tell is when they get shipped in a little tiny pouch like this. It doesn't really matter. So without opening the pouch, you can actually look at these chips and see if their date code is the same. Because every single one of these bad chips that I just showed you, they were all sealed in this little reel. So they can do that. It's not a surprise whatsoever. And so if you look at these, you can kind of see that their date code is the same all the way across. Every single one of them has the exact same date code. And I've already unpacked a whole bunch of them. And if we look at them, you can see that they're, especially this chip here, it's very noticeable that they have a very different cleanliness to their pads. And obviously all of their date codes is identical because they all came from the same reel, and they are all 100% brand new. So that's one way to tell whether it's new or used, is to look at the date code. And if the date codes are random in that same strip, then all of them are bad. Or you can flip them over and kind of see what their pads look like on the back. Not all chips will allow you to do that, but at the very least, if you're buying more than one and they come in a pouch like this, you can just look at the two chips and see if the code matches or not. And if it doesn't, then they lied to you. They sold you used chip, and you just never know whether it's gonna work or not. That is often the case when I buy power monitoring ICs that often fail on the EVGA 3090s. So I'm not even gonna bother with these. These ones are so oxidized, it's very difficult for the solder to stick. So I'm just gonna throw them away, unfortunately. Yeah, I got a bunch of good ones here. And what ends up happening is they have random issues. I'm talking about those PMIC from the NCP 94 or 495, something along those lines, that I always replace on the EVGA 30 series cards. They often have issues like reporting incorrect power, reporting correct voltage, and all sorts of things. And you're thinking there's a problem with the circuit. The problem is with the chip, and unless that chip is brand new, expect problems. So that's one way to tell. I thought I'd share this with you, and hopefully this was helpful. And same thing applies with the memory chips. They give you a bunch of memory chips, all packaged in a reel, and every single one of them has a different date code. They all come with solder balls, and they're all used. And yeah, that'll be it. Hopefully this was educating.
Thanks, Donnie.
Thanks, Steve.
Goodbye.